Hey, what's up? What's up, folks? I know you see the red blanket, and today what we're going to talk about is how to reduce taxes in retirement. Hey, what's up? Today, everybody, I have with me back once again by popular demand. And oh, by the way, his video was the best one-day video that we ever did. Anthony Mauriello.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
And Ant, I bet you they're all wondering why we're sitting under a red blanket.
If I was watching this, I would be also, Rob.
Yes. So what's important to understand is we're going to talk about how to reduce taxes in retirement. There's no other topic that's better from an accountant perspective than what Anthony has to talk about today to prepare for later on, right?
Absolutely.
So a lot of times I'm sure you come across clients that, you know, they get to retirement, right? They may have a pension, a 401k, or an IRA, all good vehicles to save money in, right? We're not recommending anything here. We're just having an open conversation, but they didn't know they were going to get taxed on it.
Exactly.
Right?
And we see that often.
And what happens when you see that?
Too often. You know, at that point, depending on the situation, it may or may not be too late for any immediate tax savings.
Yeah.
So traditionally, any good tax plan, you're looking to reduce taxes in retirement, the best day to start that is day one of your first job out of college, Rob, right? So you want to kind of begin with the end in mind, but unfortunately, not everybody has that luxury of time. So what we try to do is, hey, no matter what stage of your career you're in, let's address this now because we can't go back in time. So
No.
what we try to do...
I'm just wondering, do you think they wonder why the hell we're sitting under a blanket right now?
They may be.
Okay,
They
so
may be.
keep going.
Should we tell them or should we wait?
Not yet.
Okay, so what we try to do is look at your personal scenario. And depending on the income sources and streams, we may be faced with age triggers, required minimum distributions. We may be looking at, should I take Social Security now or should I wait a couple of years? So there's a lot of different strategies that we can deploy based on age, based on income, based on marital status, that will truly allow us to craft a tax plan that will reduce your taxes in those later on years.
So for all the folks that are out there today, it's about the question is, how do you reduce taxes in retirement? Great question. And the answer is start now, right? And, you know, obviously not everybody is 22 out of college. You know, there's people that are going through economic redemption, they're starting new careers, and, you know, a lot of times, and I'm not saying every time, but a person might get with an accountant and all they focus on is the tax savings this year.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And you seem to be the type of an accountant that has offices in different states. You have over 4,000 clients, and you have a team of accountants that work with you. For you, as well as an entrepreneur, you know, you're a massive real estate holder.
Thank you.
With that being said, you know, when you have these conversations with clients that they didn't know it already, how do you engage in that, and how do you kind of shift them down a different process?
It's difficult, Rob, because like you said, you know, if somebody is coming in next January, February, they're coming in, we're kind of talking about 2020. So we're talking about last year's tax returns, because those are always due April 15th of the following year, as well as trying to proactively plan. So at that point, like I said, you can't go back in time. Yeah. So what I want to do is if Mr. Taxpayer is in front of me and here he is today saying, I've retired last year or I'm thinking of retiring this year, we need to immediately engage in a strategy.
Yeah.
Like I said, whether that is, let's do some Social Security planning. Should you take it now or should you not?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize, they think Social Security, whether it's SSDI, disability, or straight out Social Security, they think it's not taxable.
Yep.
And unfortunately, that's wrong. Social Security may be taxable. Up to 85% of your benefit can become taxable based upon the rest of the income on your tax return.
Yeah, and you know what's incredible about me? Because for all you folks out there, Anthony has learned, and you're going to see it in about a second, how to duplicate himself, right? It's not easy to duplicate yourself, and once you learn how to replace yourself,
or your earnings, or your correct.
Right.
That's
so,
right.
So if we could show all the good folks how Anthony replaces himself by having another picture of Anthony's head pop up right in the middle of this video, it's important to be able to replace yourself in your business. If you can replace yourself and understand that, hey, traditional form of planning is okay, right? There's tax strategies and there's tax consequences as a result of it. Once again, we're talking about how do you save money in taxes during retirement. It's understanding the proper planning now. The person that replaces themselves that's out there today can then begin to do entrepreneurial strategies that lead to different type of investments.
Absolutely. Multiple sources of income, the best being a passive income, meaning whether it's your real estate holdings, IRS is going to view that as passive.
Yep.
So maybe you want to convert. You want to look at the sources of your income and say, hey, are these better sourced elsewhere? Should I roll over a 401k into an IRA or convert it into a Roth? I'm getting my blankets falling down. Should I convert this? Should I look to secure other income streams? Yep. No matter, like I said, even if in retirement, it's never too late to do that kind of plan or move.
Yep. And for us, listen, folks that are out there today, you always want to make sure what EPIC stands for is empower, protect, integrate, coordinate. And what this blanket represents is coverage. You want to make sure that your accountant is on the same page as your planner, is on the same page as your trust officer, who's on the same page as your fiduciary, because if everybody's on the same page and you're covered, I'll tell you right now, when winter came, if you had this blanket, you were good when COVID hit.
Is that why we're under this blanket, Rob?
Absolutely, because if the right hand's talking to the left hand, then the person that's being, yep.
That also proves, though, that I have blind faith in Rob for him to say, Anthony, can you come to my office on today's, Tuesday that we're filming, Wednesday that we're filming this. Next thing you know, I'm on a chair under a blanket with Rob, blindly trusting you to say, Rob, I'll meet you under that blanket, man. I'll be there at 4.
And it also has a replacement of himself as well. Yes.
My photo ID.
Yes,
right.
Yes. So for all you folks that are out there, it's really important. You want to make sure the right hand speaks to the left hand. You want to make sure your accountant's on the same page with your planning team. And, that could start out when you're 25, 35, 45. It doesn't matter. If you didn't do it yet, do it now. Every single day we're bringing out information. We're looking to create as much education as we possibly can. If you like what you see or if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button. If you also want specific questions answered, go below to the comments section, ask specific questions, and we're here to continuously provide value and bring as much support as we possibly can. So, Anth, let me ask you a question. When you engage with somebody and take them through your success process, what exactly are the questions that you ask them so you could create the kind of synergy that they're looking for? Okay, cheers. Thanks, brother.